So the next guest that we're gonna be having on is gonna be Luis. You guys know him on Instagram, LXC Scale Models. Let's get him right up. Dang. So Japan, that's coming up. Luis ain't going to Japan though, but he is sending out a car to Japan. What's up, Luis?
What's up, man?
Dang, what up, man? How you doing?
Good. And you?
Good? Pretty good. You made the trip, 5-hour drive
Yeah.
from up north to Southern California to bring down your model car. How was that journey?
The drive was pretty good. Normally we leave from North California around 3 in the morning, but this time we decided to come out a bit later, like around 8 or 9, and then we got here around 2. But the drive was calm. It wasn't as tiring, I guess, because we got to sleep in a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that came in handy.
That's cool, man. You've been on the podcast a couple of times, but now this is like video. We're in person now. It's not over the phone. How's that feel? Is it like kind of different or?
It's a bit nerve wracking with the cameras all around.
Yeah.
But I think we're doing fine.
No, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
So tell us about the model car that you brought out. This is also a car from Japan.
Yeah, so the car I did is a 1964 Impala from Japan. I think it's from the car club called Perfect Image. But it's a body dropped car. It's slammed. And it's like a dark purple. But it's kind of a simple build. But I kind of chose it because it kind of represents a bit of my style as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's
the 64 is like one of your favorite cars, right?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite cars. I guess that's one of the reasons as well why I chose it.
Yeah, well, while you were when you picked that car, one of the things that stood out to me right away while you started working on it was when you started to add the trim.
Oh yeah,
with the styrene, and I was like, just seeing you like being very careful with it and just placing it and just looking very clean. I was like, man, like I want to do my like a 64 just like that.
Yeah, so I started off with the Super Sport body, so I had to sand off all the Super Sport moldings and all that stuff, and I had to go to the hobby store and find the perfect trim I was gonna be using. So I was just being based off of photos from Google.
Mm-hmm.
So I found the perfect size I was gonna end up using. So I just started gluing the strips onto the body, and then I was using tape to kind of keep it straight on the body. But then one of the harder parts was the little curve at the back of the car.
Yeah,
I had to kind of use a piece of paper, and then I kind of use a pencil and then just kind of try to trace the body lines, and then I cut that out, and then I just kind of made a stencil out of that.
Okay.
And then I used a blower dryer, just kind of heat up the styrene and then shape it.
Nice.
So, yeah, to get the curve.
Yeah, because that bent right there, you could tell, like, you know, if you don't do it careful, it's gonna break.
Yeah.
Going around that area.
It did break actually.
Yeah.
Because I was using the Tamiya, the glue,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of softens up the styrene.
So, the thin.
Yeah.
One. Okay.
Yeah. So that it did kind of break, but I kind of just filled it in with CA glue.
Yeah. What's one thing that you encountered that was different on the body? Because obviously it's really low. Was there like modifications you had to do to lower it even lower?
Yeah, so I had to sand off obviously the bottom of the car. At first I didn't even know the car was slammed, modified in that way, but I also had to modify the door panels.
Mm-hmm.
I had to sand them down from the bottom, and then just do some modifications to the rear seat as well. But other than that, it was just the body and the rear tubs and the seats and the door panels.
Yeah. And how'd you go about the paint? How was like, where'd you get the paint from and that process?
The paint, I got it from Armando Flores. He had it mixed for me in some body shop out here. But then once I got that from him, I just went ahead and started shooting it at home.
Yeah. What airbrush you end up using?
I ended up using one of my newest airbrush. I think it's the Iwata. It's a THP. I can't remember.
The trigger. action?
the one with the trigger.
Dope.
It has, it
How'd
has
you
like
like that?
it was pretty good actually. I kind of felt like I needed more air pressure for some reason.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, I like the fan spray because you get
Mhm.
easy coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a fun airbrush to use on that car.
Yeah, it would have probably took longer with like the HPCS.
Yeah.
Just like the little ball, just like
Yeah.
sliding back and forth.
Yeah. And then you probably get tiger stripes easier. or
Oh
something.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Was the paint a little tricky when you were like shooting it? Or was it just kind of easy when you started to
It was
shoot the like all the sides and the top?
it was kind of easy actually. Yeah.
Mhm.
It wasn't. I didn't really have any issues with it actually.
Yeah,
No issues. No.
that's cool. When did you ever think like maybe I'll mail this car over here? Or you were like, nah, I want to bring it in person.
Actually, this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually just kind of like
Regretting it.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm just probably just gonna mail it out.
Yeah.
I was kind of regretting the trip.
Halfway point.
Yeah, I was in the shower. I was like,
Dang.
maybe I would just ship it out.
Yeah.
But I ended up coming out here with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
We made the drive, and I'm actually glad I made the drive.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
the overall experience. Being
yeah,
there.
it's cool. Like just hanging out. I mean, it's 5 hours away, but still, like I feel like if you come out here more often,
Yeah.
it's gonna feel like nothing. Like,
Yeah.
Like it's not even gonna feel like, oh, that's like far. Next thing you know, you're just gonna be like, man, I'm gonna go by myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
So that's tight. I mean, where's your brother? He just jammed. He's not even here.
I think he's on his way actually.
All right.
Yeah.
I was like thinking like, man, but
Yeah.
that's all good. You know, sooner or later you're gonna go back home. You guys are gonna go back home. You know, tomorrow's gonna be the end of the day, and you're just gonna be like tripping out and thinking like, man, I was over there. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And you're gonna feel good. Like I'm glad that I went. You're gonna see all the guys getting ready. They're gonna be out in Japan, and I bet you anything, when you see your car out there in photos, you're gonna want to go.
Yeah.
Like I know you wanted to go,
Yeah.
but you know everyone has different circumstances why they can't go or whatever. Maybe it's not the timing right now for you,
Hmm.
but maybe next year is.
Yeah. Hopefully next year, if you guys end up going again, I'll probably try to make the trip out there. But if not, there's always a chance to go out there.
Yeah, no, definitely, because I'm sure a lot of people are gonna trip out. I mean, even the owner, I bet, from the real car sees it when you post it on Instagram.
Yeah, he follows me and he's seen the car. I don't know if he's seen the finished product, but I'm pretty sure he's seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. Was there any any issues or anything you ran into that you had to overcome?
I can't think of anything right now. Maybe just it was kind of complicated, kind of having all the suspension in there, and then having it that slammed. But I can't think of any like real issues I was having that I was thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna make the deadline, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely like something you learned from that build and another car under your belt, you know?
Yeah.
That's dope. That's cool. What plans do you have now for a new project you're working on?
Well, I think every modeler has like a little stash of projects.
Mhm.
I have a few. I have to get back on. I have the
Yeah.
Cadillac. That's kind of gonna be my next focus. But I also have the Black 64 I'm working on. That one's almost finished. I just need to finish painting some parts, and I think that's gonna be the next focus.
Yeah. Did you ever manage to get more photos? Because I remember you were telling me one time, like, man, I can't get any photos of this car for
Yeah,
the replica.
yeah. The paint's all finished. I just need to do some touch-ups and
Mm.
clear some spots. But I was able to get some pictures from the owner and some other guys that know the car as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they sent those photos to me, and I just put them to use.
That's cool. What do you got going on with your YouTube channel?
Oh, yeah. So my YouTube channel, I recently I haven't really posted lately because I'm doing school, but it's LXC Scale Cars. Just kind of trying to post my projects on there, but nothing much going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously were busy. It's tough because I know you want to document what you're doing and you want to show this whole process, talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's just one of them things that you're like, man, I don't have time. I got this deadline I got to do. So it's really a hard balance to try to do both.
Yeah. There was times where I wanted to film myself like painting the car, and I managed to get some footage, but it wasn't the best footage because I wasn't using the right equipment.
Mhm.
But I was like, I don't have that much time to actually take the time to set up the camera and then
yeah.
paint the car. I just want to get to it right away, you know.
No, yeah. How was like clearing it, that process when you were clearing the car?
Clearing it was kind of scary because I'm always afraid of having like some type of reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up using my LPH 80 for my water, and overall I had a good result. But I have some little issues I want to fix, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that once it comes back from Japan.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember you were sending me like photos of like clear. You were going out buying catalysts and all this stuff, and I was like, dang, he's going in.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, because I wasn't gonna have any time to order it from Coast Airbrush or any online website.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember there were some stores out there in where I live. So I decided to make the trip one day after school, and I just bought the catalyst to clear, and I went home and started mixing it.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
So you did like 2 quotes?
I think I did 3 coats.
Oh, okay,
3 coats, yeah.
man, that's cool. Yeah, I love clear coating. I know like I started using the LPH 80
Yeah.
like recently. But it's like it's still I feel like it's like a learning thing. Like I haven't really gotten it down, but it's just like I feel like every time I use it, the settings are always being changed. Like I'm trying to calibrate it or figure it out. Did you have any trouble doing that? Like figuring out how big to have the fan and like your PSI pressure and all that?
Yeah, so before I started actually shooting the car, I laid out like a piece of masking tape or masking paper, and then I did some test shots on that. But I kind of just had my fan spray opened up all the way, and then the trigger kind of like halfway to not get enough material on there to not have any run issues.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I was running at like 20 psi, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, it was kind of confusing at first because I wasn't sure if I was shooting enough material on there, if I needed to cut down the material. So
Mm-hmm.
it's always like a little nerve-wracking when you're doing that,
Yeah.
for me at least.
Yeah. Were you relieved once it was done, like the next day, or once you saw it dry? You were like, yes, it's
Yeah, and
done.
I just wanted it to dry to start putting it together and putting the wheels, taking photos and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I always notice like you always like take your photos and they look really nice. Is your 59 also going to Japan or is that staying here?
No, I think that's gonna stay here.
Yeah.
I just brought it just to have it on the table as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. As a prop, man, I heard it's not going back up north. No, I'm playing. It's gonna stay here. No, that's cool. Man, well, hey, I'm glad that you came out, that you're out here, that you did the podcast with us. Anything you want to say to listeners out there?
Just keep on building, man. You get better with each build you make, and you're always learning something new.
Yeah, and I mean, you have a new Instagram page because you know you're always on the LXC one, but then you got another one.
Yeah, so I have my personal one, LXC_73, but then I also have the page one that kind of like represents the YouTube channel,
Yeah,
which is LXC Scale Cars, and I kind of just post more model cars than that,
mm-hmm.
so it's more of a project page for that.
Yeah. Nah, I could see a lot of people. The response when you post photos are very motivating.
Yeah.
When you see the stuff, so that's cool that you have that. Like you separate your personal to this more like your artistry page, I would say.
Yeah, that way I'm not annoying the people on my personal one.
You're not putting a burrito. Bam.
Yeah,
eating
yeah,
this right now.
There you go. Yeah.
Damn, that's cool, man. Well, hey, it was good to see you, Luis. I hope you have a safe drive back home.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks
And,
for having us on the podcast once again. And
Yeah, man. We'll this is cool. Finally in person. So
Yeah.
obviously, hopefully we do another one. Maybe when I go up north or something.
yeah, for sure, man.
Link up.
For the NNL West.
Ew, that's coming up.
Yeah.
That's not too far away.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. And so we're gonna move on to the next guest here.